So hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about a PDW that was requested to me, the L2A3 by a viewer. If you would like to request a gun, please subscribe. This gun is kind of like the UMP45, but with the 45 ACP conversion, it can be like a better M3A1. We'll get into it. The L2A3 does 36 damage in CQC, which means it can 3-shot at up to about 50 studs. It has a fire rate of 550 RPM, an ammo capacity of 34, and a reserve ammo capacity of 128. This gun actually has really good penetration depth, velocity, and suppression, like higher for its class. Honestly, it's probably better than a lot of assault rifles, which is pretty cool. Does it make the gun any better? Yes, but not exceptionally better. It's just good that it does, I guess. The stats are nice. The only problem with this gun is that it's kind of just like a UMP45 where it can 2-shot to the head in CQC and almost 4-shot anywhere at any range, but it can't, which is kind of annoying, but it's fine. I mean, it's a PDW, it shouldn't. It just has 50 less RPM, a little bit more bullets. Well, actually 9 more bullets. So yes, it does have more ammo capacity, but statistically it's not much better than the UMP45. In fact, it does have some qualities that makes it worse, to be completely honest with you. Like 50 less RPM isn't really that big of a deal, but when your RPM is already that low, it can make a big difference. This gun does hit a very reliable 3-shot kill in CQC, can 2-shot to the head, and has very little recoil though. This is a good gun, but it's not exceptional. You know, I really enjoyed using it. I'm just saying that most people probably won't get that much out of it because it's not so exceptional that it's worth using over a lot of other guns. It's probably not worth buying early. I would buy the M3A1 over this gun or the MP40, but probably the M3A1 because I'm a little bit biased towards the M3A1. I think it's a really fun gun. It's really good. And for PDWs, it's probably one of the best ones. But if you have this gun, I'm going to be honest, I had a lot of fun with it. Even with the default irons, it's not bad. The default irons are very bad. It's very hard to hit shots with them, but you get a delta, a reflex, or a Z point or something on this thing, boom. Boom, you can hit some shots, dude. You can hit some serious bullets with this thing. Very low recoil, good ammo capacity of 34, good reserve ammo, decent reload times, very good movement. You know, overall, pretty good. It's not amazing, but it's pretty good, and it's worth using, but not over a lot of other PDWs or assault rifles or guns in general. It's not a top tier gun, but it's not a bad gun. In fact, if it came to this gun or the MP5K, I would probably take the MP5K over it. They're not very easy to compare because they're very different guns, but I kind of just like the MP5K more. If I were to compare this gun with the UMP45, however, the UMP45 is a gun that I didn't have a lot of fun with. This gun, on the other hand, even though it's very similar to the UMP45 statistically, I liked more. And if you're going to use this gun over the UMP45, good on you, because the UMP45, in my opinion, is just not a very good gun. This gun, even though it's statistically similar, at least for me, feels better. Might not for you. You might not like either of them. You might like one more than the other, but just don't take my word for it, because I can tell you the stats and my opinions, but just because my opinion is an opinion doesn't mean that it's a fact, you know? I'm just telling you things that I think, and they might not be true for you. You might want to actually give it a go, see if you like this gun, and don't buy this gun early if you're going to, just because it doesn't play exceptionally well. Regardless of what you say, it's good, but there are better guns. Colt SMG 633, for example. Buy that one if you're going to get a really, really good PDW. That thing shreds in CQC. Now let's get into some attachments. First off, for optic, there can be a few different options. OKP7, Z point, Delta, Reflex, Comp Aim Point. This is a very low recoil gun, but it's also a CQC gun. So any optic that kind of works in CQC is probably best. Not a VCOG, not anything like that. Secondly, the compensator and muzzle brake are pretty balanced for me, at least in my opinion. I feel like the muzzle brake would be decent on this gun because it does have a bit of vertical recoil, but if you want to focus completely on vertical recoil, muzzle brake stubby is probably going to be better. So either compensator folding or muzzle brake stubby, you can make the decision. I'm not 100% sure which one is better. I mean, statistically, they're probably pretty balanced and you can make a decision either or. I don't really care. Both of them are pretty good. For other, just any laser will do. blue laser, green laser, tri-laser, red laser, any of those. It doesn't matter which one. They're all pretty similar, but I guess the green one is the best, technically. I have a lasers video. Go check that out. Also, go check out my M3A1 video because that's very similar to this gun and very similar to the ammo type that I'm about to recommend, because I'm going to recommend an ammo type. But you could use the M3A1 and basically have a very similar gun. But let's get into the ammo types. First off, hollow points. Why? That removes your 2-shot headshot. It doesn't change your shots to kill to the body, and it makes your suppression lower, so don't. So don't use, ever almost use hollow points. Hollow points are bad. Hollow points are just bad. Next up, AP is a little bit of overkill, and you lose your 3-shot range by about like 20 to 30 studs, so it's not really that worth it. I would say that you should use either none or the next ammo type I'm going to recommend. Because the next ammo type is 45 ACP. It does a lot of changes that are mostly bad to your gun, except it makes your gun do 50 damage in CQC. 50. What? That's a lot. I mean, it's up to like a pretty short range, but you can 2-shot anywhere on the body, and I'm talking anywhere. The M3A1 doesn't do 50, it does like 48, but if you hit one torso and one limb shot, you can kill people in 2 shots, or anything else, you can kill people in 2 shots, except 2 limbs. But guess what this gun can do with the 45 conversion? It can 2-shot limbs, so anywhere on the body. That's kind of crazy. I don't think it has the same headshot multiplier or a torso multiplier, but that's still not too big of a deal. Also, this gun has more RPM. So, overall, it's kind of just, it becomes a better M3A1. It has the same amount of ammo as well. They both have 30 after that. So, do I recommend this gun with the 45 conversion? Yes. It is pretty much a better M3A1. I like the M3A1 probably more, but statistically, the M3A1 is not as good as this gun with the 45 conversion. So, if you're going to buy this gun early, only do it because of the 45 conversion, because it basically becomes a lower rank M3A1 at that point, which is really cool. That's a really cool option to have. It's a little bit broken. It's not so good. The M3A1 is kind of just not in the meta at all, even though it's really good. It's just not really in the meta. People don't seem to use it. This gun, though, it's got more RPM, and it can 2-shot anywhere. So I do recommend it with that ammo type 100%. None works just fine, but the 45 conversion is a very, very good ammo type and definitely worth using on this gun. Okay, final opinions though. The L2A3. Is it amazing? Is it good? Default? It's not. It's not a good gun default. In fact, it's probably going to be a 6.5 out of 10. It's better than the UMP45, but not by much. In fact, it has less RPM than the UMP45, and the UMP45's RPM is what I complained about. So, maybe not the best. However, with the 45 conversion, this thing goes from a 6.5 out of 10 to an 8.5 or a 9. I think I'll go an 8.5. It's amazing in CQC. It's not super good in LRC or outside of CQC, and it's not super good in terms of RPM, but it does 2-shot anywhere on the body, so that makes it probably a 9 out of 10. So overall, I'm going to rate this gun an 8 out of 10 and kind of balance it out a little bit, but 9 out of 10 for the 45 ACP conversion and 6.5 out of 10 for normal. Overall, it's not a crazy good gun, but I don't think it's bad, okay? Don't think that just because I gave it a 6.5 out of 10 default makes it bad. You know, I liked it. I'm just off of the stats. I gotta rate it something bad because it's just statistically worse than a lot of other guns. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. It is currently 6:36 p.m., which is cool because it's like the G36. Kind of looks like a G. What am I even saying anymore? Please subscribe to the channel, join the Discord, link on my channel dashboard in the bottom right corner of that little picture of another portal that's made out of crying obsidian. I don't know that. I don't know why that's there. Yeah, but I'll see you later. Bye.